So, Elon Musk. The Elon Musk man, the space man, the man who sent cars to space. He is a crazy person, as we are well established. And he's been sort of getting, I guess, really pissy with Twitter and discussing like making maybe a new social media platform, which is a terrible idea because it would fail like every single other one does. Stop making new social media platforms. If you really want to make something, like if you want to put your effort into something and you want to do something new, just go on the Fediverse. That's what everyone does anyway. Like, Truth Social is the Fediverse, Gav is the Fediverse. Stop saying you're gonna make something new and just be like, yes, I am launching my own Mastodon instance, or something like that. Like, that, I think, would be fine. But anyway, that was happening, I want to say, like, a week ago, I think. Yeah, about a week ago, 28th of March, that's when it was mainly being talked about. But that wasn't the only plan he had. His second plan, when he realized that was a stupid idea, was how about I just buy Twitter? Because I'm Elon Musk and I can do that. So, 9.2%. That is how much of the Twitter stock that Elon Musk now owns. If I just look up 9.2%, 9.2% Twitter. Is that going to work? There we go. Here we go. Here's an article from CNET. So, I saw some really bad takes about this initially, saying, oh, Elon's bought Twitter, or Elon's bought almost 10% of Twitter. Nothing's really going to change here. He's not going to have, a lot of control over stuff or anything like that. Well, that might be the case. Or, it might not be the case, because he's now on the Twitter board of directors. As of today, he's going to be joining the Twitter board of directors. So, yeah, the people who said that he's going to have no power whatsoever, yeah, that happened. And as expected, the Twitter stock went up quite high, because whenever Elon touches something, any sort of, it went up and it's come back down a bit, but it's still up. It's still not up on a 6-month, but it is up since fucking October, the end of last year, something like that. November? Yeah, about up since around November. So up if you bought like around here. Because anything, also year to date, it's up. Okay, well, ignore me. Okay, full year it's not, year to date it is. Right, okay. Right, of course, because year to date would be here. Yeah. Anyway, Elon then put out a poll. Elon Musk Twitter. Can I even find it if I go to his Twitter? The dude fucking tweets way too often. Let's see. He's got 80 million followers. Imagine having 80 million people that care about what you say. So, he posted, do you want an edit button? And obviously, from my perspective, I think an edit button is a good thing. Some people aren't really a big fan of it. There's a lot of people who are sort of critical of this. And I understand why. Because I think just putting an edit button on Twitter would be a terrible idea. If there's nothing else, it wouldn't work. What Twitter needs is a very, very clear indication that the tweet has been edited. It needs to have the edit history, it needs to have a marker, and when you quote tweet it, maybe even have it on the interface saying, this has been edited, something like that. Or maybe if you've quote tweeted something in the past, it'll tell you if something you quote tweeted has been edited. Or maybe if you quote tweet something, it doesn't ever show the edited version. I think that could work as well. Other people have had some other conditions that might make sense. For example, only make it available for the first couple of minutes, like the first 5 to 10 minutes. And yeah, also showing the edit history. Elon says that sounds reasonable, and I think, yeah, it ultimately does. But when this happened, and he put out the poll, something interesting also happened. The CEO of Twitter quote tweeted it, and let's see if I can find this. CEO Twitter. who is Agrawal. Sorry, I very terribly pronounced your name. He is the CEO after Jack Dorsey left to do Blue Skies. Is that what it's called? If you look up Twitter CEO, you still see the older CEO. Like, this is on Google as well, and typically, Google does better job at that. But whatever. He put out a quote tweet of Elon's poll saying, "The consequences of this poll will be important. Please vote carefully." And turns out that Twitter is working on an edit button. And apparently it's been that's the wrong one. This was announcing Elon going to the board of directors. Twitter edit button. Tweet, yes. We are working. There we go. Here. This was originally posted on April Fool's Day. So it led to a lot of people saying, "Oh, that's obviously not going to happen." And they posted just afterwards. Yeah. People thought it was like a late April Fool's joke, but they are actually working on an edit button, and apparently it has been a work in progress for a couple of months. But because it's been a work in progress for a couple of months, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, Elon had nothing to do with this becoming a thing." I really doubt that now that he's on the board of directors, he has absolutely no say in something like this occurring. And, like, they would have known in advance that he was buying almost 10% of the Twitter stock. Like, you don't just buy 10% of the Twitter stock and get put on the board of directors without the CEO already knowing that's going to happen. Like, there was obviously some behind the doors discussion. Elon was like, "Oh, hey, is this if we make these sort of decisions, if we make some changes here, maybe this is maybe I will make this purchase." That's obviously what's going to happen. But I'm really interested to see what happens with Twitter going down the line now. I have my doubts that much is going to change. Probably we'll get a couple of nice features. The edit button and things like that. But I really doubt, some people have been saying, "Oh, Twitter's are going to become like a free speech platform. Alex Jones and Donald Trump are all going to be back on Twitter." I don't think Elon's going to have that much say in what goes on the platform. I really, really don't. He's not like firing every single person who works there who's making the decisions. He's just a new dude on the board of directors, which gives him a lot of power, but he's not all powerful. There's obviously limits in what he can do.